Hello once again, Niner faithful. Johnny Dell back with another episode of 49ers Playbook. The 49ers entered last Sunday's game missing a number of key players to injury. Despite being short-handed and playing second, third, or even fourth-string guys at some positions, they were able to come away with an impressive 36-9 win over the New York Football Giants. The key factors in the win were an impressive and efficient game from backup quarterback Nick Mullins, great play calling on both the offensive and defensive sides, and great team execution of the defensive scheme. When I watched the film, you could see the difference that continuity of scheme and coaching makes. For the Giants, I repeatedly saw blown coverages, missed assignments, and guys getting out of position trying to do too much. These are all hallmarks of bad teams. The 49ers, however, consistently played their assignments and their roles within the scheme and the play calls. It is what allowed a team depleted by injury to still maintain a high level of play. Guys understood their jobs and did only their jobs. With an upcoming battle against a talented but underperforming Eagles team, the 49ers will need a repeat performance to improve to 3-1. For this video, I'll first cover the offensive side of the ball and then the defensive side. Now let's jump to the film and see some of this action. You're watching Johnny Dell's Football Academy. This first play will illustrate New York's issues on defense. After successfully forcing San Francisco into a 3rd and long, they blow a coverage and allow a conversion. We come out in 11 personnel with one back and one tight end, with Jordan Reed split out wide. New York will counter with a nickelback and a third safety. We then motion Reed inside the formation. With a safety on him and following him, this reveals man coverage. The 49ers are going to run a simple levels concept with Taylor and Bourne that consists of a short in and intermediate in routes. It's actually meant to defeat zone coverage, as it would look to put a hook curl defender in a vertical stretch. However, New York is trying to play pattern matching man coverage where defenders aren't necessarily responsible for a particular guy, but whoever releases into the pattern in a particular way. Somewhere in here, the Giants didn't communicate well, and you see two defenders pick up Jordan Reed on his release. And Taylor is left uncovered and picks up an easy first down on the opening drive of the game that ends in 3 points. On the next drive, a nice route and well-placed ball by Nick Mullins keeps the drive alive on 3rd down. The 49ers once again come out in 11 personnel with Jordan Reed split out wide. We then motion Bourne across the formation, and with the man following, plus the safety on Reed, we know it's man coverage. With 2 deep safeties, this looks like cover 2 man. This play is designed for Reed all the way. We're going to run Bourne on a post route to clear out any defender, and then run Reed on a deep in or dig route in a lot of space. After the snap, you'll see New York was actually in cover 1 robber, but Bourne's route occupies the middle defender, and Nick Mullins does a good job throwing with anticipation. He starts his windup before Reed has fully come out of his break, so he's able to put the ball on him before the defender can recover, and it's a nice gain for a first down. This next first down wasn't necessarily crucial to the outcome of the game, but I wanted to highlight because it illustrates something I talked about in the Arizona review. That was poor execution on our rub routes. Here, New York is going to be in man coverage, and we're just going to run a slant flat concept with Jordan Reed and Mohamed Sanu. It's a nice play call by Shanahan as he expects cover 1 with a lurk and runs Bourne vertically to clear out the lurk defender. Notice the timing on the slant flat and how Sanu runs his route. He cuts right underneath Jordan Reed. This forces the man defender to go underneath and run around the tight end, which is what allows Sanu to get good separation. This is how rub routes are supposed to be run. The timing and depth of the routes has to be exact. A couple drives later, the 49ers are able to put their first touchdown on the board with a well-designed and timed call by Shanahan to counter what New York was doing to stop the run game. If you go back a little while to after the 2018-19 Super Bowl between the Rams and Patriots, the talk that offseason among many Niner fans was, could teams do to the 49ers what Bill Belichick and the Patriots did to the Rams in that Super Bowl to stop the run game? LA is well known for its outside zone based scheme like Shanahan's, and the Patriots used a 6-man front most of the game to contain the edges and stop the outside zone. New York tried to do the same thing in this game. Over and over again, I saw them coming out in one variation or another of a 6-man front, and that's what they do on this play. Oftentimes what I saw was that they would come out in a 6-man front and pinch the line to contain the edge. To counter this, Kyle is going to dial up an end trap, where they will leave the end man on the line of scrimmage to be blocked by a pulling guard. This gives us down blocks on already down crashing linemen, and a smaller edge defender trying to take on a pulling Laken Tomlinson, with Juszczyk leading up into the hole. You can see at the snap the line of New York crashing down and taking themselves out of the play. Tomlinson then gets a nice kick-out block, and Juszczyk does a great job picking up the linebacker, which springs McKinnon for a touchdown. One of the nicest throws I saw Mullins make came on this play, a few plays before the McKinnon touchdown. Here, we're in 11 personnel and we're going to motion Wilson outside to an empty set. With the corner widening, this reveals zone coverage. We're going to have a combination of several concepts here, but I'm focused on two. We'll have a short dagger concept, which has an inside vertical and an in route, and then we'll have another vertical on the other side, which creates a verticals concept that looks to put the middle defender in a horizontal stretch. New York actually does a decent job of disguising their defense here as they show cover 3 zone pre-snap. Post-snap, you'll see them shift into a Tampa 2 defense. Nick Mullins does a real nice job recognizing it quickly, sees the Tampa defender dropping to the 3 receiver side vertical, and hits Dwelley for a nice gain. To me, this was one of his best plays on the day because of how he was able to recognize the shift from pre to post snap quickly and deliver an accurate ball. Then, once we've been able to open up the run with the pass and then run the ball well, it opens back up the pass game. When our offense gets to this point, it's nearly unstoppable. Here, we're going to see something we've seen a lot over the years, and it's exciting to see this young rookie Ayuk run this. This is a play we've run a bunch over the years. We fake the run and hit Ayuk over the middle on a dig route. The run fake sucks up the underneath defenders, and we have Ayuk with a ton of space and a nice throwing lane. This is how open Kyle can get guys once the offense starts getting in a rhythm. It's exciting to see that despite all the injuries, the offense can still work, can still move, and it's incredible to think about what they can be when they get all their horses back. Moving on to the defense, there could be a huge list of plays I could show, showing guys in about every position playing very well. Fred Warner had a phenomenal game, but I want to talk about team defense. As I mentioned in the opener, that really stood out to me. Here, this is a 3rd down early in the game. We're going to come with a really well executed blitz. From the end zone, we've got Fred Warner sugaring the A-gap. At the snap, you'll see Kinlaw crash down and occupy the center and guard, while Ziggy Ansah takes an upfield rush. This is to widen the gap between the guard and the tackle. The key is timing. You then have Quan Alexander come through and attack the inside shoulder of the running back with Jimmy Ward right behind him. This is Saleh scheming the pass rush as we now have a free blitzer coming at Daniel Jones, who pretty much throws it away to bring up 4th down. I saw this play run in different variations at least a half dozen times in the game. A variation we do off this will come out and show the same front, have the safety down on a blitz look like Ward was, will come with the same rush, expecting the offense to adjust and slide the line towards the expected blitz. But this time, we'll bring K'Wan Williams off the slot on the opposite side. You'll see he's able to come through unblocked and force Daniel Jones to roll out and an incomplete pass. From a coverage standpoint, this puts a lot on Fred Warner. He's tasked with being up on the line of scrimmage, backing off, and then matching whatever receiver comes across in a short route. in this instance, Golden Tate. That's really good team defense. The team defense really showed up in the run game. Here, the Giants are going to try an old toss play. We used to run this play on my high school football team. We called it a flash, but it was the exact same play. You'd come out with twin wide receivers to one side, have double crackdown blocks, then pull your tackle and tight end out as lead blockers. We liked it because our running backs were faster than most middle linebackers we faced, and those Mikes had to weave through a ton of traffic. That's the exact same reason New York wants to run this play. The key to team defense, though, are guys understanding their lanes and responsibilities. Notice how the 49ers are filling the lanes. They're not all trying to be the hero, they're maintaining gap integrity. Notice Verrett here. He doesn't go and try and tackle the running back, he looks to force him back inside to his help. That's great team defense. If we run it back, also watch Fred Warner's pursuit on this play. He's able to navigate his way through all this trash while keeping his eyes on the running back the whole time. If you're a junior high coach or high school coach, put this play up on the screen for your guys to watch. This is how you defend the run as a team. In the very next play, we're going to see the same thing. Verrett does a nice job of recognizing the screenplay, but look at the pursuit lanes. You have guys doing their jobs. This was pretty much the story throughout the whole game. On defense, the 49ers executed at a high level, playing really good team defense. And on offense, Nick Mullins did a great job converting third downs when the running game wasn't working, and then making throws on early downs to open up the run game, which opened up the pass game back up. Overall, it was a great game by a depleted team. Sure, we can say, well, the Giants are terrible and make almost anyone look good. While that's fair, it's also not factoring in that it still means that a team with only about half their starters still blew another team out. It means the 49ers scout team would probably beat another team, which is impressive no matter who it is. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I do apologize for not getting one out last week. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw I was actually on vacation in the Great Smoky Mountains. I had planned on going to the beach here in Alabama where I live on the Gulf Coast, but then right before we were going to go, the place where we were going to stay got hammered by a hurricane and we had to change plans last minute. So that's why I wasn't able to get a video out like I normally would. But from here on out, expect weekly review videos, and I'm shooting for Thursday to put out a Fred Warner video because his game was just that impressive. I could really do an entire video just on Fred Warner in this game. But until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and go Niners.